Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
Starting to pick up.
Yep. Well, that'll be great on live, on a podcast.
Hey, we may lose one of these canopies. There it goes.
Oh, boy.
I knew that was going to happen.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Yeah, you're live, Irma. Welcome. What's up, Irma? How you doing? We got you. Hey, we're tapped into your computer there too, where you work. We can actually see you on video. I hacked your computer. So beautiful earrings today, Irma. You're always beautiful. Very nice.
You're so silly.
All right, Jason, you ready? You got to hold up your two hands like this.
Two hands.
Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Coming at you.
Live from Huntsville.
What is that, old Saturday Night Live back in the day? Live. It's
Saturday Night Live.
Do you know I've never once watched an entire Saturday Night Live episode?
I haven't either.
I only watched like bits and pieces of it, but I was just never I don't know. I just was never a Saturday Night Live guy.
No, I really wasn't either. I mean, there were parts of it that were funny, but it just wasn't my thing.
I'll tell you what I was, though, man, was a huge David Letterman guy.
Really?
There was nobody better. Well, Johnny Carson.
Johnny Carson. Yeah, I used to like to watch Johnny.
Obviously, who preceded Johnny Carson? David Letterman. Mm-hmm. And so, is that right, or was it Leno?
No, Leno was after.
Who was? Yeah, it was Letterman after Carson, right?
No, they were on two different stations.
Oh man. Well, Johnny Carson was great. I remember Johnny Carson.
I think he was the first.
Johnny Carson was the greatest, and then Letterman. And after Letterman, I watched a little bit of Leno.
It kind of fell off after Carson retired.
It's done. Somebody the other day made a comment that said,
I mean, that's like replacing Pat Sajak on Wheel of Fortune.
Oh yeah, or Alex Trebek on Jeopardy,
it's
or
just not
Bob Barker on
The Price
is
Right. It's just not the same. I still, if I get the opportunity to watch that for some reason, I do. But it's like the mainstay is not there.
Yeah. It's just not the same. Like even so, yesterday I was a little bit. This show's all about being positive, but I'm going to be real. I was a little frustrated yesterday. I was watching a recording of The Price is Right. Bridget had it on last night, and I was like, "What is this new studio that they're in? They're in a new studio now, and it is no longer the Bob Barker studio."
No,
I said the man just passed away. Can't you at least keep his name in the studio?
No,
nope. It's just, and I'm sorry.
That's today's time, man. I mean,
I'm not a Drew Carey fan. I mean, he's a good dude, but it's not. And if Drew Carey would have been the guy that was calling The Price is Right that I remembered growing up, then I probably would be cool with it. But because I remember so much of Bob Barker, I can't watch it.
You know, when we were growing up, and you were sick and you got to stay home from school, that was about the only thing worth watching on TV 9, 10 o'clock in the morning.
It was the only thing worth watching. Now, don't tell my mom this, because I remember it was almost better to go to school brutally sick than to stay at home.
It
Mom,
was.
I love you, but this is the reason. The guiding light as the world turns.
Oh, my goodness.
Man, she had those things on
I
all
know.
day long.
I know.
Dun, dun, dun,
All the
dun,
soap
dun,
operas.
dun, dun, da, 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 dun. I still got it in my head, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. I did not want to stay home very often because there was no reason.
There was absolutely no reason.
There was nothing, to occupy your time with, and have a easy day.
Better just to go to school.
Yeah.
I had perfect attendance till like 7th grade, and then out of
I
that.
never really had perfect attendance. I'd miss here and there, but once I started into 4-H, I was missing school to go to the county fair, go to a show or something like that. So I never had that.
Yeah, but you wouldn't get penalized for that because that's part of it, right?
No, but you didn't qualify, even though it as it turned out, over time it was considered extracurricular, but that wasn't until I was in high school. They didn't hold it against you, but you didn't get the perfect attendance either.
Well, there you go. That's how we wanted to start it this morning. Just a
Yeah.
little flashback.
Flashback.
What's your favorite game show? And what game show did you used to watch that you no longer watch because it's not the same host? Maybe that's a question this morning for you.
Yeah.
We want to welcome you in. We are here live from our studio, brought to you by our good friend Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers and online at elliotsjewelers.com. Also, a big shout out this morning to Paul Oley of the Gallery for all your custom photography, framing, and more. Go by and see Paul. Let him know I sent you. He's right next door to us. And then, of course, here on a Tuesday, it's good to be back with our great
Yes.
friend, Mr. Jason Thompson.
It is good to be back.
Guardian
I'm glad
Defense.
you're feeling better, buddy.
Yeah, man. I'm like 60% right now.
That's okay, but you sound way better.
Yeah, I feel a lot
You
better.
look better. You don't have that I'm sick look.
I've lost 20. No, I wish. I've lost 10 pounds in the last 2 weeks, though.
Really?
Yeah, just because I've been eating so terrible the last 2 weeks. I haven't been able to eat terrible because I've been at home. Like, I would do the show. Here, I told this yesterday, but like I would do the show, I'd feel okay, and then I'd go home, and like in the evenings, and I was running a fever. And 2 weeks ago, it was strep, and so I got that knocked out with the Z-Pack, and then last week, some other kind of weird infection was going on.
Really?
And so that's still kind of lingering, but it's not COVID, not the flu. And yesterday was the first day in a while that I actually did not run a fever without taking medicine. So I didn't take any medicine, didn't have a fever all day, so that was good. That's a good sign.
That is good. Yeah, you just got to hydrate more when you run a fever.
Yeah.
You just don't realize it.
So
I got sick one time, and I actually had to go to the hospital and get IV therapy.
Did you ever
'Cause
do
I
the
had-
old? Did you ever do the old? Oh, see, that's not good. You see that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
See
You're
that?
tinting.
Look at that. You see that? What is that called?
Tinting.
That sounds like some sort of like
Well, I used to ride an ambulance for a living, so.
you're tinting. That sounds like some kind of playa word. Like, what up, playa? You tinting? Man.
Yeah.
Hey, you tinting, Jason? Hey, you tinting?
You tinting.
I like that, man.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, if you're really tinting, when you pull it up, it will just stay.
How's yours doing?
Oh,
you
man.
tinting?
No, not at all.
Didn't even come down at all. Look at that.
No, nothing, man. I drink a ton of water.
But that's
man.
not good right there, is it? Look at that.
Yeah, you're got a little bit.
Got a little tinting going on.
Drink some more zero sugar Gatorade or something.
I drink regular. You know what's weird?
You know what I really like is that IV therapy that you just put in water.
Liquid IV.
That liquid IV
Yes,
or
sir.
whatever. That stuff's pretty good.
The zero sugar Gatorade. Like I have the regular. I tried the zero sugar, but that stuff gives me this incredible heartburn as soon as
Really?
it's weird, man.
Huh. I kind of do. I do the zero sugar because of my eating style right now.
Yeah, well, you're looking good too, man. We saw in that intro that shirt you're wearing. You can't fit into it anymore, man. It's like the shirt's too big.
It's way too big. I mean, I took some to have altered, and my good friend Melissa over at Advantage Specialties hooked a brother up with some new shirts.
Did she do this one?
Yeah, she did this
Oh,
one.
that's
This
so
is
cool, man.
This is one of my older shirts. That were a lot bigger.
See, she did these for me, and I like them, but I do kind of wish that I would have ordered some short sleeves because yours is good. You got the air on the like that.
Yeah, these are like the real thin, breathable outside shirts.
Aeration.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wear them when I'm teaching too.
Yeah.
So when it gets a little warm out there shooting guns.
I get warm just sitting around talking, man.
Come on.
I do. I'm warm right now, man.
I hear you.
So, well, friends, let us know you're out there. We're having fun this morning. Always excited to be here on a Tuesday with you. If you're waking up, by the way, 7:12 a.m., early in the a.m., and we so appreciate you joining us here on another edition of Good Morning Huntsville, where we always highlight the good happening in our community. Got a great show lined up today, and I believe Mr. John Garrett will be joining us of Community Impact. He is a former Bearcat alum as well. And he had messaged me last night to confirm, and I believe that he'll be joining us, hopping on hopefully around 7:15 or so. Community Impact is all over the state of Texas now, and John's a Bearcat alum, so it'll be exciting to talk to him today. And how about yesterday? We had some great rain come through the area. Did you know how much you got out at y'all's place?
No, I haven't been to the feed store to get a rain gauge lately.
You need to get one, man.
I do, but, we went so long without rain, it just kind of fell off the list of things to pick up.
You need to join CoCoRAHS. Did we ever talk about this?
No, we never talked about that.
I don't know the acronym, but it's CoCoRAHS from the National Weather Service. Bill Doggett may know what it is. But CoCoRAHS is a volunteer network of weather reporters.
Really?
Yeah, through the National Weather Service.
Interesting.
But here's the deal. You have to report your rain gauge every morning.
Oh,
so that's what they require. They ask, even if it's nothing. So there were some people that went, 100-something days with just zero. But it's pretty cool.
I don't know. I'll look at it. I stay pretty busy, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't need another thing on your plate.
No,
So
I really don't.
How, I like what Kyle said. He said they moved the rain gauges by the dust collectors.
There we go.
Oh, well, we will highlight some folks already chiming in this morning.
Who's chiming in this morning?
Our good friend Clay Towsworth over at 0 Degrees saying good morning,
Good morning,
Huntsville.
Clay.
Good to see you, partner. Always great to see you. Our great friend Quentin Music Man Williams hopping on this morning saying good morning. It's another day's journey. And I'm glad about it. I love that, man.
That is good.
Quentin, what music do you play? I'm assuming that you either play or sing because your nickname is Music Man. I never asked you that, so let us know. Good friend Stacy Lawler already hopping on this morning saying good morning.
Stacy's hard at work, buddy.
Stacy, I heard the other day that you sang a pretty good karaoke song. I was talking to somebody yesterday. And I think it was one of those behind the scenes where we were chatting in between breaks, and someone had said you sang a pretty good karaoke song one day.
Really?
So,
And Stacy cooks really well.
Yeah,
and I am looking forward to some Stacy Lawler cooking coming up next month.
Yeah, it's going to be the lasso of your imagination.
Yeah.
With Billy Papania.
Yeah.
But I like to say Papania just because it sounds, even though he's Cajun, I like that. I like that Italian sound.
Those guys can really whip up some good food.
So, yeah, man, looking forward to it. Stacy, good to hear from you. Our great friend Russell Humphrey joining in with a little pound. Let's go Huntsville this morning. Also, Bill Doggett, our county commissioner. Good morning, Bill. Good to see you, my friend. He said Leno took over after Carson. So, that's what it was.
Yeah, Leno was – kind of guest hosting, towards the end of Carson, and then he took it over.
And then he's right here. He said, then Conan followed Leno, but only for a couple of months, and then back to Leno. I'm not a fan of. I'm not knocking these dudes. Someone the other day said, I forget who. Jimmy Fallon, I think, is one of them. And somebody the other day said, "Oh man, he's so good. He's so good." And so someone said he's inspirational. I was like, I don't know where you're getting that from.
I don't know. He's not inspirational for me.
Yeah, not at all, man. But you know what? He's trying, I guess.
It is what it is. They got to do something.
Jamie Saucier joining in as well over at Saucier Woodworks. Good morning, Jamie. Hope you're doing well, my friend, and feeling better. Also, a great friend over at Century Security joining us this morning. My HLI 42 classmate, Mr. J. Elm, saying good morning, guys. Bill Doggett was chiming in earlier, too, saying, I got to see Bob Barker at a taping of Truth or Consequences before he did Price is Right. That's right. That's where he started.
Really?
Was that show Truth or Consequences. So I forgot all about that, man.
I did, too.
That's like William Shatner. I first saw him before Star Trek on a Twilight episode.
Really?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Is that what that show was, back the black and white show? Twilight Zone.
The Twilight Zone.
He was in a plane, and there was a guy on the wing of the plane, and he was freaking out, and he's like, there's a man on the wing of the plane.
Yeah, I remember the Twilight Zone and Alfred Hitchcock Presents and stuff like that.
So, yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, Stacy was joking earlier and says I dabble. He dabbles a little bit in that karaoke that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Rick Boning over at Tomorrow's Promise joining us as well. Good morning to you, Rick. Good to see you, my friend. I missed trivia last night. We need to go to that one night. The Monday night trivia.
I was talking to Deneen about that. In fact, last night I said, I was sitting there after supper, hopped on Facebook right quick, and I was like, and guess who's there? Kay and Rick. And I was like, we ought to try that one of these days. Just go up there and hang out. So we have that on our list of things to do on a Monday.
Yeah, Bridget and I have talked about it, and we have just never got around to doing it. Just with children and everything.
Yeah, it's difficult.
So I did want to announce.
We do need to do that.
I won't say where and when and all that fun stuff yet. We're going to keep in the next week or so. You'll probably see a couple of things. Some projects that I'm working on and really excited about, and we've been praying for an opportunity to kind of make up a little bit of a gap for our family of what we needed just to get by here. Once we launched Hello Huntsville, and it's been exciting. We're going to continue to rock and roll with Hello Huntsville and the Good Morning Huntsville program, but here coming up within the next week or so, I have accepted a job position here with a group in town, and so I'll be talking about that a little bit. But the cool thing is I'll be able to continue doing Hello Huntsville.
Well, congratulations,
Good Morning Huntsville.
man.
Yeah, so Bridget and I and the family are very excited about that, and it's just more community involvement things, and it's kind of cool whenever you hope and pray for opportunities, and then they don't pan out the way that you had expected, and then all of a sudden another opportunity opens up, and then you kind of say, oh, well, that's why now it makes sense why God didn't open that door, and so everything always, and that's what I tell folks is whenever you think about this every day, when you remain in faith every day, good things always happen. And
I totally agree.
And you could be in a terrible, and maybe that's the message this morning. Every morning we always try to have a little bit of inspiration here on the show. And, so maybe today you're in that dark season. One thing that I always say on this show is you may be involved in the middle of a circumstance, but I always say that circumstance doesn't define you. And so this morning, maybe you're in a very dark season and you just don't see a way out, or you don't see tomorrow. And I just want to encourage you this morning, friends, especially those two joining us on the Spirit Radio FM app this morning. We want to welcome you in, but man, just remain in faith. And I talked about it yesterday with Karen and Denise, but it's so hard, and it's something that I'm trying to do every single day. But even if you don't feel like it is, just wake up and say, you know what, today's going to be a great day. I said it when I walked out the door again this morning. And yesterday was I'll be honest, it was pretty rough. And even though I said today's going to be a great day, it was a rough day yesterday.
But you kept pushing.
But I kept pushing, man. And this morning, same thing. I said today's going to be a great day.
Yeah.
Just like old Sweet Brown said, ain't nobody got time for that.
There you go. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time.
I mean, the attitude you have is your choice. Make it a good choice. I mean, you can get up in the morning and decide it's going to be a bad day just because you woke up grumpy, or you can wake up in the morning or start your day and have positive energy and it changes your outlook.
It does. Well, friends, we're going to step aside, take a brief break in a moment. Our good friend John Garrett eagerly waiting in the background. We're going to hear from him and the work with Community Impact. Very excited to bring him on the show today, and a Bearcat alum. So we wanted to tie all that together and the success that I've kind of been able to witness behind the scenes over the last, 2 decades or more from John, and the great work that he and his staff have done, expanding their footprint all across the Lone Star State. There's Rick driving by.
Rick driving by waving.
So we'll step aside, take a break. Before we do, though, I want to remind you this morning that our keyword, we had it yesterday morning.
And last night.
I didn't hear it last night.
I heard a little bit because it rained in my house yesterday evening.
Thunder, along with your name. Text in that keyword, thunder, not AC/DC thunder. I thought you were going to start singing it, thunder.
Thunderstruck.
Yeah, were you going to
like that song.
Text it in, thunder, along with your name on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line at 936-339-0139. Again, 936-339-0139. Friends, keep those comments coming. We'll step aside, take a break. A lot more on the ways. It's always your show here on a Tuesday. Good Morning Huntsville. We'll be right back after this.
USA News, I'm Lance Pry. The field for the second Republican presidential debate will be slightly smaller than the first. 7 candidates have qualified for tomorrow night's debate at Ronald Reagan's Presidential Library in coastal California. Presidential candidate Donald Trump, the GOP frontrunner, will instead hold events in the battleground state of Michigan and insert himself into the UAW strike against the top 3 U.S. automakers. Today, President Biden joins the picket line of the UAW. At lunchtime, he'll stay roughly 2 hours and fly off to California for a fundraiser. California Governor Democrat Gavin Newsom signed into law this week a bill prohibiting schools from banning books on LGBTQ plus teachings. That could result in fines for any authority in the state that defies the legislation. The move against what Newsom calls textbook censorship in schools follows book bans in Florida and across the United States, where parents and opponents complain the content is not appropriate for underage minors. One of the things Congress actually has to do is appropriate money for government operations. Under the current appropriation system, Congress has not passed all its necessary annual appropriations bills ahead of the October 1st deadline since 1997. Republicans want to cut spending, and a few Republicans want to cut a lot of spending that they claim has led to high inflation, hurting Americans' buying power. If somehow that happens and the stopgap gets through the Republican-controlled House, it must somehow get through the Democrat-controlled Senate. The government runs out of money at the very end of Saturday. New Jersey Democrat Senator Bob Menendez denounced efforts to prosecute him on federal bribery charges, saying he kept piles of cash that federal agents found at his home that allegedly link him to the crimes he says was from his savings over the years. USA News.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GEAR for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GEAR for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GEAR.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted, family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Little Jay Thompson rock out music here today,
let's rock
man.
out this morning.
Welcome back in.
Get everybody up and moving.
I think that music's a little too hard for a Tuesday morning, bright and early, man.
Maybe just a touch, but
that's all right. You know,
all right.
You never know what's going to fly through the internet waves in the morning here on Good Morning Huntsville. So,
no, we got to keep it interesting.
Welcome back in, friends. We are here on a Tuesday. Big thanks to Elliot Herzlich over at Elliot's Jewelers for all your custom jewelry and more. Elliot will take great care of you. He's a good friend of mine. Go by and see him. And visit his website to set up that appointment online at elliotsjewelers.com. Of course, here on a Tuesday with Jason Thompson one of our Foundation 5 sponsors, Guardian Defense. We appreciate their generous support for all your firearm and training needs.
Yes.
Give Jason a call. He and his family, they will take excellent care.
The training is really starting to pick up now that this weather's cooled off.
That's great, man.
It is nice.
So it's a good time to get out and just take care of your family. And you can do that. Jason's family will take care of your family.
That is our goal.
So, well, friends, we're excited this morning. We've been wanting to have a guest on here for quite some time, and he is a very, very busy man, and he has taken over the media of the state of Texas, as I kind of say, and he is doing a fantastic job. But let's bring in the CEO and the founder right now of Community Impact, John Garrett. John, good morning. What's going on, man?
Hey, good morning. Thanks for inviting me to come on. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give you a little bit of a bio intro for folks out there, and this is off of Community Impact's website. John Garrett is the founder and CEO of Community Impact, started this newspaper from the game room of his home with his wife and best friend Jennifer. The belief that everyone, not just the insiders, should know what's happening in their own backyard prompted him to leave news company giants and start his own news organization. And John and Jennifer launched the first edition of Community Impact. Seems like yesterday, but it was all the way back in 2005 with the Round Rock Pflugerville paper, and continuing to do great things. It is now expanded all over the Lone Star State. And
that is amazing.
John, also a Bearcat alumni, man. So we wanted to get you on and talk a little Bearcats and also talk a little bit about you. So how are things in your neck of the woods going, man?
Oh man, they're going good. You know, I'm here in Pflugerville, and that's where our headquarters is. And I'm just getting today going. We've got a lot going on here at Community Impact. We're growing and we're changing, and so I'm trying to manage through all that, but also obviously have one eye on my beloved Bearcats. Jennifer and I are both Sam grads and probably the biggest Sam Houston State fans in Central Texas. So we do the best we can to rep Huntsville at everything we do down here, and really just thankful for all the experiences I had in Huntsville and how it helped, make me the leader I am today. So.
Yeah, it's great. John, I just want to let the cat out of the bag. I'm sorry that I cheated on you guys for about a year. And I came back, after going to that place up north.
It broke my heart, Rob. I hope you know.
You unfollowed me on Twitter. So I said, man, I got to find a way to get back to Huntsville so John will follow me again on Twitter.
I just can't do it. And no, I understand why you did it. I can't do it. Like even watching, the Texas Wyoming game, had brought me back with their head coach, brought me some really bad memories. And but anyways, I'm glad you're back, and it's okay. Like, you went to shed a light up there. They need more light up there. So you were there for a little bit to help them. And I'm glad
for a season.
Yeah, I was a stopgap, and then we came back to Huntsville. So we're doing this now, and have some fun. And it's exciting because we get to highlight great folks that have not just live here in the community now, but folks that have came through the community. And that's why we wanted to have you on today, John. John, give us just a little bit of. I know I read a quick bio, but let's start out. Just give us a little bit of your backstory, kind of where you grew up and how you kind of progressed and eventually got to Sam Houston, if you don't mind.
Yeah, we have some cool connections, Rob. I don't know if you know all the connections that we have, but so my wife and I, we grew up here in Pflugerville and Austin, and we went to Sam Houston. Both of us graduated there. I actually studied radio television. Rob, they have that old saying, you have the face for radio. That's what the TV guys told me, but the radio guys told me I had the voice for the printed word. So I went to work at the Houston Chronicle right out of college, and was the glory days, of the newspaper business, late 90s. And but what's really cool is one of our connections that I don't know if you know about is Bill Schoening.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so my dad had taken me to play golf in Austin when I was maybe a freshman or sophomore at Sam, and I had a Sam Houston hat on. And we went to play golf, and we were up in the men's locker room. And Bill Schoening, who, I grew up in Austin, so I knew his voice. He was the voice of the Texas Longhorns. And he said, "Hey, Sam," he's like, "Sam Houston, he used to call games for the Bearcats." And I was like, "Yeah." And so, anyways, Bill gave me an internship my sophomore year of college, which was amazing. And this is back when the Cowboys were in Austin at St. Ed's, and I got to do all that. And Bill actually is the one that kind of encouraged me to get into sales. And so that's what I did. I went to the Houston Chronicle side. I went and got in sales, and I learned so much about the business. It was just a great time to be there. But my wife and I wanted to move back to Austin, and so we moved back, and I went to work at the Austin Business Journal. And if you're familiar with the business journals, there's 42 of them around the country, in Houston and Dallas and Austin included, San Antonio. But we just felt like there was something missing in community news. And we wanted to create kind of a business journal for the average resident. Most community newspapers would talk a lot about school sports. And Jennifer and I at the time, we had one, little girl, and we just wanted to know, like, is there ever going to be a Starbucks in Round Rock?
Yeah.
So that's what we did. And I kind of created this idea to kind of build a business journal, like smart local journalism that tells people about, local businesses, what the city government's doing with your money, transportation, kind of just a different model. And we mailed it to everyone for free, which was crazy. Even back in 2005, that was 18 years ago, September 2005. And, we took a credit card loan out, gave them the house, the whole story. And, by the grace of God, it was really well received. And we just have grown since then. And now we're in about a little over 41 communities in Texas. We're close to Huntsville. We're up in Conroe. We're in Austin, Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio. And, we're trying to do what we can to help people connect, with their community through our brand and our style of local journalism.
Well, I think you guys have
amazing.
Done an incredible job. And, just seeing the expansion of the footprint. Obviously, I grew up in Georgetown, and so you were very active in the Georgetown community. I know back in the day when you guys were first starting. And, John, I don't think we ever had a chance, and if we did, it was very brief. But I know we've chatted back and forth over the internet. But, it's cool to finally talk to you just in a way virtually face-to-face here, because I remember I started my IT company in 2006, and that was right after you guys had got started. And I just remember receiving that paper at the house, and I said, man, this thing feels good. It doesn't cost anything, and it looks great. The graphics, you guys made it. I've always loved the paper. My mom tells a story.
You're making me jealous, man.
Oh, it was cool stuff. But it was like, when I was a kid, I used to spread the paper out and lay on it and pretend like I was reading it. And I'll just never forget the first time I ever grabbed a Community Impact. I was like, man, these people get it. And then y'all's motto is like local, useful, everyone gets it. So,
thanks. Yeah, we really focus on quality, and I think we were here at the right time. Every other local news organization that's owned by a large conglomerate has really struggled, and it kind of opened up just a huge opportunity for us. But I will say, Rob, as you know, like, this is the hardest business in the world. So I do not know why God led me down this path to be in the hardest. It's so hard because most of our competitors, as you know, are not creating content, and content's expensive. Most social media, people don't understand this, but when you get like Instagram ads and Facebook ads and Google ads, those companies rely on other people creating content, like you doing a video, and they just put everyone's content together. They sell ads against it. They're brilliant at it. But when you're like you're doing and what we're trying to do, when you're trying to create the content because you care about the quality of it, and no one else is going to do it because it's really hard, then it's expensive. And so, but anyways, I think it's a great time to be in the business, but it's really difficult, but it's worth it because, for many of the communities we serve, we're the only ones that have reporters in those city hall meetings, and they're making big decisions that impact us all. And we think that the average resident doesn't want to go to city council meetings. So we do it for them, and we do it, and we present news in a way that is completely true. We do the best we can to be completely unbiased, leave our worldviews at home, and just give people the facts that they need so that they can make good decisions as they try to raise their families.
Yeah, well, it's great. Again, John Garrett, CEO and founder of Community Impact Newspaper, joining us here this morning. Real quick, and I want to dig a little bit more into Community Impact. How did and I know you mentioned, earlier just kind of Sam Houston a little bit. How did that connection to Sam happen? How did you get to Sam Houston, and maybe what were some of the biggest takeaways that you learned as a Bearcat?
Thanks. Yeah, Rob. It's a great story. it's also a little embarrassing. So my friend and I, Chance Love, who was also in Pflugerville, we toured campuses together, and we ended up at Sam Houston, mostly because my parents actually went to Sam Houston, and they met in Huntsville. But we were like kind of open-minded, about where we wanted to go, and we liked the campus, the tour campus when we toured it. But we went to Wendy's, which used to be across the street from campus there, and the Orange Pride dance team was eating lunch that day just by chance, and they were nice to us, and so that pretty much sealed the deal. Like we were like, these girls talk to us, like we're in, and so that's really the truth. But I think God obviously had other plans. I mean, I just really thrived at Sam Houston. I did really well. I studied radio and television. I did really well in school. I joined a fraternity there, and it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. I became president of the fraternity, so I learned a lot about leadership in difficult times, and so I'm grateful for all those experiences. But what's also kind of cool is the guy who hired me at the Houston Chronicle is also a Bearcat, and his name is Jim Pollard, and he basically said, "Hey, like, come be an intern, represent Sam Houston," and it was kind of an advantage to me because he put me at the North office, which was kind of Greens Point area. So I was still living in Huntsville, driving back and forth, about 45 minutes or so every day. And I was working really hard, but I was staying late. And it just kind of helped me with my career in ways that were hard to explain. But it was that there's something about Sam Houston, this approach to saying, hey, we are going to be, the workforce of the future. We have good, strong work ethics that we're trying to teach. And, being in a small enough campus where you know so many people, but it's not like too small, was really helpful. So I loved everything about Sam Houston, and I'm really proud to have that on my LinkedIn profile, and to share my experiences of what a great university it is, and how it made me the leader that I am today.
Yeah, well, that's good stuff, John. We wanted to share that this morning and kind of tie that back into the Huntsville community. I know that you've been keeping an eye on things from afar, not too far away, 2.5, 3 hours away, and that's why we wanted to move back to Huntsville whenever we decided prayerfully to leave a job that I had honestly kind of been a dream job, being across 25 stations and working with folks at ABC Television. And we just said, you know what, man, family and faith are kind of our number one and number two. And we came back to Huntsville. It's a great community. It's a wonderful place to be. But you've seen some things from 3 hours away. This university continues to grow, approaching 22,000 students now, and the move to the FBS. Just kind of wanted your thoughts on the growth and what you're seeing from afar, and maybe what other folks in the Central Texas area that that are Bearcat alum are thinking.
Well, I think it's that Sam is kind of under the radar, off the radar, even. I think it's kind of cool. Like, I think there's a little bit of a sneak attack going on, and I think as long as the university continues to invest in coaches and the stuff that Bobby Williams has done, the vision that Bobby Williams had to get us to where we are today, as long as the alumni continue to support the program, all the programs, I mean, it's a very exciting time. And I think we have the chance, with that support, with that vision, and frankly, anytime you change anything, in business or in your life, moving from North Dakota, coming down back to Huntsville, anytime you make a major change, like our football program did, like our university is doing with all the projects on campus, with all the investment we're making in the woodlands, anytime you make change like that, it's one thing to have the vision, but it's the next thing to like get through the grind. And there's a author and a pastor named Andy Stanley, and he wrote a book called Visioneering. And when I started Community Impact, the thing that like really stood out to me in that book was this idea that there's a difference between what could be and what has to be. And if you're just making all these changes, and the university is making all these changes just because they can, that's not going to sustain you through the difficulty of change. When you're up against 0-3, and you've got one touchdown, and people are wondering, what did you do? When you're in the middle of that heat, or when you move down to Huntsville and you don't really have all the resources that your family needs, or I decide to do something crazy and start a paper in a very difficult community in Dallas or something like that. It's one thing to have the vision to do it, but what Andy Stanley says is the difference between what what could be and what has to be is what the fire is that gets us through these changes. And so as long as they understand that, like, hey, this has to be, the university has to be a light in East Texas and for all of Texas, and what we're doing has to be, then I think we can get through these kind of these winds of change. And that takes leadership, because there's gonna be a lot, I'm sure you hear it, Rob, there's gonna be a lot of naysayers. There's gonna be a lot of people saying, what are you doing? And you don't belong. And as you try to grow your business, there's a lot of difficulty that you face every single day. And, this idea of like what has to be is what kind of keeps me going. And frankly, I used it to start the business. And, he parallels the story of Nehemiah in the Old Testament about, building the wall. There's this idea that you have to make this happen. It's just not nice to have, it has to happen. So anyways, that's my thoughts on it. I'm excited as an alum, and like I said, I think we're sneak attacking people. I think in a couple of years you're gonna, have we're gonna have some really exciting games and have a lot to be proud of. And that all goes back to the vision that Dana Hoyt had. I mean, all the people that kind of made this thing happen are a big part of that. So I'm glad I get to kind of see it from Austin.
Man, that's amazing what he just said. I mean, he really drove it home.
Yeah, you think about just the growth and different people involved in the leadership and what it takes to make things happen. And, what I love is I love these success stories coming out of Sam. It almost makes me like, I enrolled in Sam, honestly, before we went to Fargo. I thought, man, I'm going to get a little class under my belt so I can be like a legitimate Bearcat.
Oh,
and then,
yeah,
then we moved. And so, I got to figure out a way to get back involved. But
oh, you're legitimate. You're more legitimate than you're good, Rob. You don't need that. You're totally
I think you're okay, man.
Just give me one. I'll just get one class under my belt.
You just need one class?
Just one class.
So you can make it official?
Yeah, just to make it official. Well, John, man, I appreciate you spending some time. I know you're very busy. I do have a couple of final questions for you.
Yeah, I do too, whenever you get a second.
One of them is, the footprint of, and I was talking about this earlier. Again, John Garrett joining us, founder and CEO of Community Impact. I love seeing the growth of your business. It's funny you mentioned Pflugerville. I have friends I haven't talked to in a very long time, but Cassie Pfluger, and I was joking with her one time. I said, and she's from that area, and I said, oh, are you related to? And she goes, yes, everybody asked me, and yes, it was like my great-great-grandpa or something. So she's related to like the Pfluger that started Pflugerville somehow. But it's neat from afar, like seeing how you have grown this into a brand that started in Round Rock, grew in Georgetown, which was great. And I mean, now you said, 41 locations. You're in every major metro area in Texas, I think, except El Paso, but that's probably in the works, right?
Yeah, I mean, we'd love, I mean, as long as we, we're needed in the communities that we go to, we just launched Bastrop with a kind of a newer model where we go email newsletter first, and we build that up, and then we launch a print edition coming up there soon. So we're trying to figure out ways that we can use our resources to grow. We're privately held, so my wife and I are the only shareholders in the company. So anybody who owns a private company, you're limited resources, and you try to do the best you can with what you have. And so we don't want to take outside funding. We believe that Texans deserve a news source that they can trust, and we would love to be that as the markets allow. So yeah, we're launching Prosper Salina I think tomorrow up in the Dallas area. Wow. So, we're growing as fast as we can, but like, I just, if my vision is a guy asked me yesterday, what's your exit plan? I'm like, my exit plan is my daughters. My daughters are interested in the business. They're young, but but I would like to be multi-generational business. I would like for them to take whatever we build and take it to the next level, which would be amazing if they want it. And so yeah, we would like to continue to grow, and I think there's a real need for what we're doing. And we want to support, at the end of the day, we really want communities to thrive. We want local businesses to thrive. Just personally, you probably know some of this, Rob, my faith, we have alignment on faith. And, I believe that God loves communities, and I believe that God loves people. And, we try to connect people to those communities. And in this industry, the media industry, generally speaking, is a very dark industry. And We want to be a light, and we think that we can, and we're just going to fight through it as long as we can to grow. If that, God willing, and if not, we'll try to do really great work with where we are.
Oh, amazing. I mean, my question is, I'm kind of jealous because I haven't seen, your paper, and I know you're down in Conroe. How do we start getting like the online or the print version? I mean, I'm sure some of our followers out here may be interested in that as well.
Yeah, we the pandemic was brutal, for our business, but in one way, it gave us a really neat new product. So our email newsletters, we do daily newsletters at the community level. So if you go to communityimpact.com, you can sign up for the Conroe newsletter, and it'll come to you every day.
Yeah, because Conroe's just a hop, skip, and a jump, and a lot of people in Huntsville either work or do some business in the Conroe area.
Yeah. So if you go to you select your community there on the top right. If you go and select Houston, Conroe, they'll take you to the Conroe page, and it'll pop up a little thing here for you a minute. You can say, hey, sign up for the Conroe newsletter if you'd like. So, but yeah, we're going to continue to move up 45 if we can. But I think it's just a matter of time. But again, we have to do really good work in Conroe, and for us to continue to grow. So part of our big focus is like, hey, where we're at, how do we make sure we have the best local news?
Wouldn't that be amazing to see them come a little bit north?
Yeah, I see what's happening here is trying to get you to push over here to Huntsville. That's what's going on, John.
Yeah,
so.
that's what that's our end game here.
Hey, it would not be hard. It would not be a hard arm twist. I think the hard part is finding the talent, finding the people to help us do that, and then also just for us basically focus, because there's we are launching a lot of products, and so we don't want to overextend, but I would love to extend up to the Piney Woods for sure. We're already kind of there, like you said. Conroe's
close, man.
Yeah.
I've learned in Huntsville, though, people like to say we're from Huntsville. They don't like to mention like a North Houston suburb.
I know, and I that's real.
It's coming that way.
It's real. It's like New Braunfels. It's that's a really important point, Rob. They want Huntsville is a zone.
Well, John, appreciate you being here. Is there anything else that I know we've talked about a lot? I know you've got a very busy day as always coming up here. Is there anything that we didn't touch on that you wanted to make sure that we mentioned before we let you go, John?
I mean, Rob, I kind of got on. I heard a little bit late when y'all were talking about. You said that you're having a tough day yesterday, or whatever. But I just want to encourage you. You are a light, and through your posts, through the work that you're doing in Huntsville. I just want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing, and trust. God's got you there for a reason, and you're doing really great work. And so that's all I wanted to say. Is it's a privilege to actually meet you on video. We need to actually meet in person. That would be better. But our worlds have collided in all these really strange ways. And I just want to encourage you and tell you that I think you're doing great work, and it's bold to do what you're doing. Get up in the morning and try to connect, Huntsville residents to people like your sponsors and the people who really care about Huntsville. It's bold work. It is hard work. People don't realize how hard it is, and I do. I just wanted to encourage you and say that you're doing a great job.
Well, I appreciate that so much, John. Yeah, somebody had said, there's always naysayers about anything, and I know you've came across it. The media comes across it all the time, but I always tell people this, man, just focus on what's working. Focus on what's good. God gives each of us unique talents and abilities, and maybe there's somebody this morning that doesn't feel adequate. Well, guess what? You do have a talent. You just have to search for it sometimes, and it doesn't matter if you impact one person or you're impacting communities all over the state. You can make a difference. Or millions. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And so I appreciate that word, man, and you know what? You just get up and do what you love every day and keep praying and keep on trucking, man. That's why we got 45 right here. Keep those big wheels turning, baby.
Let's go. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy Huntsville. I'm kind of jealous right now. So.
Yeah, we appreciate you, John. Keep up the great work, man, and we'll chime in with you again sometime down the road, my friend.
That's great. Take care.
All right, there he was, John Garrett, CEO, founder of Community Impact Newspaper.
What an amazing, what he had to say.
Yeah, I just love that too. And I wanted to highlight John because of his connection to Huntsville through Sam Houston.
Right.
And here's yet again another person that is doing incredible work and utilizing what he learned at Sam Houston State.
Right.
And you know, there's some folks out there that are just working and getting by, and that's okay. But John said, hey, I've got this huge vision for what I want to do, and I'm going to let it organically grow.
I can imagine how, you know, his workload to do
41 papers
that's
go
what I'm saying.
across the state.
41 papers.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I mean, that's a lot of people, and he's found good people.
And it's privately owned. He and his wife.
I know.
It's not corporate owned.
It's not corporate owned. I mean, that's almost unheard of in today's times.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, well, it's good to have him on. We're going to continue to have guests like this from time to time. I know we always like to highlight what's going on right here in Huntsville, but I do like to highlight those that have been a part of this community and how Huntsville has impacted them in some way. For now, though, we're going to step aside.
Highlight how good we do have it here.
Yeah, especially with Jay Tomp over here with Guardian Defense. You know, JTGD. Mm-hmm. There it is, man.
There we go.
Well, let's step aside. We're going to take one final break, and I do want to remind you, keyword is thunder. Thunder. That didn't sound very thunderous at all.
No, it did not.
Thunder.
Come on, you can do better.
It does
we'll have
not.
to practice on the break.
Keyword is thunder, along with your name.
So we can pick someone to win a prize.
Along with your name on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line at 936-339-0139. Oh. Keyword right there, friend. Rain on the back end of it, too.
A little rain.
A little rain on the back end. Thunder.
We would take a little more of that.
We do need a little more of it. Text it in, your name, Thunder, along with your name on that Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line at 936-339-0139. We'll step aside, take a break, and we'll call our winner when we come back. Stay with us. A lot more coming up here on your show. It is Good Morning Huntsville.
Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life.
When you live and work in the town where you were born and raised, lots of people become just like family. I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Over the years, we've shared a lot of good times and some tough times, and I'm honored to be the one you call on in your time of need. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, our goal is to help our neighbors in need and always provide the most outstanding service available, even on those really tough days. I thank you for your trust in us. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we're here for you.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
A little less heavy here for the Jay Tomp. I wanted to make sure that it was not, just
You didn't want to overload people this morning?
No, man. Sometimes you just got to ease on into it, you know? Just ease on into it.
I hear you. I think we should have reversed them, though.
Yeah, we should have. We should have had that. We should have had that.
That one first, and then came with the heavy metal, get them excited before they have to start their day at work.
Then brought it in pretty hot. Here we go. Let's see who we got today. The randomizer has picked. This is somebody who comes in here quite a bit, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah. You wanna holler at him?
No, I'll let you do it.
They may not answer.
They're going to answer.
They may not.
They better.
Hello.
Hello, Candy Man.
It's the Candy
Sugar
Man. Sugar Daddy. He is so good with the comeback.
Oh, that was quick, Clay, man. You knew that was probably coming, man. Congratulations. You're the winner today, my friend.
Did I win Skittles?
Yeah, Kyle Kreiner came in. What did Kyle bring here? Let's see. Man, he brought us some Verdes guacamole salsa. This was from Kyle. Now, you're not getting any of this, by the way. I'm just giving you a hard time, Clay. But Kyle brought us some guacamole salsa. Look at this, Jason.
Man, this is
and
awesome.
And a ton of breakfast tacos this morning.
I know. We were over here online and, listen to the gentleman talk, and next thing you know, we have got a bag full of breakfast.
Now, we mentioned all that, Clay, because you're not getting any of that. Clay.
Oh, I got plenty of candy here to eat.
You got enough of the good stuff, man. Clay, congratulations. Thanks for texting on the Grady Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. I have a pass to Guardian Defense that I'm going to give you to the gun range today. Also got a little goodie bag, and I'm going to toss in some stuff from Granny Mary's. How does that sound, man?
Outstanding. I need some range time anyway.
Come on, we are ready.
Well, we got the pass for you to Guardian Defense, so you can come on out. Have you been out there before, Clay?
No, not yet.
All right. Well, this is your get up and go now.
Yeah. Now you don't have an excuse.
Except I know you're doing 4,000 bags of candy for Fair on the Square, right?
Yeah, just a few.
Yeah, that's just nothing. That's just chump change.
Yeah.
4,000. That ain't nothing. You do about 20 a day, right? 20,000 a day, anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Why not?
Well, Clay, thanks, man. We so appreciate you and your engagement on the show, and most importantly for your service as a veteran, man. And we're so thankful, and we love you, man, and we're so grateful to have you here in Huntsville, my friend.
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate everything you do, too.
You got it. Well, there he is, Clay, the winner, chicken dinner today. Clay, I'll text you a little bit later on how to pick that stuff up. Does that sound good, man?
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Have a blessed day, my friend.
You too.
There he is, Clay, the man who brings the candy, won on the show. He's been texting in for a while. I see his name all the time, and you saw it. There's the randomizer.
Yeah, I see the randomizer. I watched you push the button. Yeah. It wasn't like Rob over here saying, "Oh, we're going to pick this person today." No, it's straight up randomizer.
This ain't your mama's randomizer. It don't have no favorites. This randomizer, it does what it does. And let me see if I can do something here. We've done this before. I don't think. I've got it set up here. I got it set up here. Hold on. I gotta cover this up. Here, can you put your thumb right there over that phone number? If you can reach over there.
Yeah, let me get close to
Here we go. Watch it.
Here, how about the finger?
So watch this. Hold on. Let me go here. So, it's got some of the numbers on there. There we go. See, look, Clay 0 degree, and that's the randomizer right there.
Yep.
See, I just wanted to show you all this just so you'd know.
Yeah.
That this is for real.
Yeah, it's not fake.
This ain't your grandma's. This ain't your mama's or your grandma's. Your mama's randomizer would always pick her son.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, man,
or one of their kids, whoever the favorite is.
It's been fun today. Before we go, National Day of. You know what today is?
I have no idea.
Oh, it's old Johnny Appleseed Day, and I forgot to wear my pan on my head.
Yeah.
Did you ever do that as a child? Like at school, you never did that?
No, I didn't do that. Coonskin cap maybe, but not a pan.
Johnny Appleseed Day today. It's also one of my favorites, National Pancake Day. I wonder if IHOP has a special going on.
I'll bet they do.
And you know what my favorite IHOP pancakes are? IHOP does have a good breakfast. I'm just going to be honest. They do. And they have these, oh, man, I'm starting to think about them. These cupcake pancakes with this wonderful icing. Oh, my goodness, man. It's the best thing I've ever had.
And into the food coma hits.
Oh, yeah, dude, it's good. Get over to IHOP. They don't pay me to say this. I'm just saying it just out of passion. Get over to IHOP today for National Pancake Day and order those cupcake pancakes, and you will not be disappointed.
Yeah.
Jason, don't order them, though, because you've been doing good, all right?
I'm not.
Today is National Shamu the Well Day.
Shamu the Well Day.
Shamu. Old buddy. How you doing, old buddy? I wonder how many Shamus there's been.
I don't know. I bet there's a bunch, but
Yeah.
they're really amazing when they're in the wild.
It's National Compliance Officer Day today.
Compliance officer.
That's here on Tactical Tuesday.
Yeah, that's cool.
Is that up your alley, like a compliance officer?
No, not really, but
Could be.
could be.
Compliance. Do you remember that show, The Navigator, back in the 80s? A little kid, and he falls down, and he doesn't realize that he's been through this whole alien thing, and he's in he's the navigator.
Right.
And every time he tells the ship something, the little robot goes, compliance.
Mm-hmm.
So
I remember that.
It's Compliance Day. Now this is you. This is right up your alley.
Is it now?
On Tactical Tuesday. Today is National Situational Awareness Day.
Yes, that is good.
There's a photo
That
of a
is right
lady
up.
here. She got her purse behind her, and a guy is stealing her purse.
Mm-hmm.
She's not aware of her situation. Why? Because she's on her phone.
She's on her phone. She's distracted.
And today, for Garrett Long and Billy Coffin and I, it's National Dumpling Day today.
National Dumpling
We
Day.
should have saved that one for Friday.
We
man.
should have.
So, but yeah, that's pretty cool. That's right up your alley here on
that is
Tactical
right up
Tuesday.
my alley.
So, well, Jason, how can folks connect with you? I know you're busy.
Yeah, we're on
following up
Facebook
classes.
and stuff.
Let us know.
Yeah. Reach out, shoot us an email, a text message, call us on the phone.
What's that number, Jason? I'm going to pop it up on the screen.
Yeah, go ahead. It's 936.
Okay.
293.
Okay.
0364.
0364. So call that number.
Yeah, let us know if we can help you out. I mean, we've got I'm doing a private class tomorrow for a couple that really wants to do it. Hopefully, I was messaging the guy last night. He needs some help today, so we're going to try to get him taken care of today. Meet his needs.
There it is. Jason Thompson, Guardian Defense. They are your experts here in Huntsville in all things firearms and safety. And I just came up with the phrase, allow his family to take care of your family at Guardian Defense.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. It's family business.
We're going to have to figure that one out.
We'll work on the wording, but it's, you know where you're picking up what I'm putting down.
I am picking it up hard.
Family to family.
Family to family.
That's what we do. Guardian Defense is there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Call them up at 936-293-0364.
I think Rob missed his calling.
Look, here it is right here. Call them up at 936-293-0364. If not, get out my dough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding.
You and your rapping.
We're done, man. We're
done.
Kyle, thank you for the burritos this morning, my friend.
Yeah, so
we appreciate
amazing.
that. So we're gonna scarf those down. I'm gonna take a few of those actually to my Tuesday morning networking group too, because I know they'll be hungry and that'll be great. So we appreciate that, Clay. So
hey, the guy
Kyle.
the guy who's late's got to bring breakfast, and you're late.
Yeah, and I'll be late. So, hey, well, we love you. Please support our friends at Guardian Defense. You can find out more information. Call or text that number again, 936-293-0364.
Visit the website. There's a lot of information on the website.
Now, just about to mention, go to GuardianDefenseLLC.com for all of your firearm needs. Friends, today, one final look at weather as we got started this morning, 71 degrees. It's going to get all the way up to 91. A little fog and mist earlier today, but that's already cleared
That's
out.
already burned off. The sun's pretty bright now.
Going to be mostly sunny, a high again near 91.
You can see the reflection coming in this morning.
You can see it, man. It's off my head there. I'm getting a little weird. I got a nice little tan going on, man. I think
I think we need to get you outside a little bit
it's
more.
the camera, actually. I set it to 5,600 degrees. So it's
Did
a
you?
color warmth.
A color warmth?
Yeah. It makes us look a little red. A little red. But again,
I'm red enough.
91 today, calm wind, a little northeast, so it's going to cool off a little bit more later on tonight. How about this? Mostly clear, low around 70. Those winds will switch to the east around 5, and then on Wednesday, a little bit of rain will re-enter into our forecast between 2 and 5, then a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after 5. It will be mostly sunny, though, and a high near 93. That chance of rain on Wednesday, tomorrow, only at 20%. But the good news is the 10-day, there is not another triple digit. I think, please, Lord, we are over the triple digits, and we are on the downhill slope now.
I'm ready for open window weather.
That's right. I had it this morning just a little bit. I'm ready to open. I was thinking I'm ready to open that door for our shows like when we first started back in March.
Yes.
That is my goal, is to get that door open.
Get that door open.
So, well, friends, we love you. Thanks for being a part of the show today.
Yes.
Jason Thompson, Guardian Defense. Go see him.
Yes, sir.
We'll wrap it up tomorrow. Got another great show lined up as we will be here with Rick and Kay Boning of tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, and we'll have our great friend and also city council person joining us, Vicki McKenzie, coming on.
Awesome.
She's going to be talking, though, not about city stuff, but about her business and what she's doing in the real estate world as well.
Awesome.
We have two real estate experts on Hello Huntsville now, Vicki along with Terry Coleman, and so Vicki will have our opportunity to be on tomorrow. Excited to talk to her and have her on the show.
I'm jealous.
So join us at 7 a.m.
Vicky's amazing.
She's great. All you got to do is join us, 7 a.m.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be here.
Well, friends, that'll wrap it up today. We love you. Appreciate you, Huntsville. Remember, get out there and make a difference. As I end every broadcast, reminding you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Until next time, we'll see you back at it bright and early tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. Have a great day, everyone.